Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. I'm sorry that I opted to not record every single facet of this amplifier build for this great 59 Tweed circuit tube amp from StewMac. They didn't send it to us. My wife bought it for me. But there was just too many things to do, too many steps. It was almost like 100 steps in their book on how to put this together, and it was been more beneficial for you, the viewer, for me not to record every single thing. Now, I'm not through with this build just yet. Still got a lot to do, but I am at step 68, and I am going to try to record a little bit for you today. Again, I'm doing the best I can with the quality and stuff, and I'm just not that photogenic anyway. But thank you for your support, for watching these channels. I don't leave room for comments for personal reasons, obvious reasons. I want to hear from, good criticism, or just people saying, hey, love your channel, appreciate you doing it, whatever. But the comments are, no, I'm not doing that. So, but if you happen to like a video or you subscribe to the channel, whatever, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. So I just want to let you know it's the build's going pretty good. It does require a lot of patience. One thing I have found out through this is I don't like the wires. I love putting in the capacitors and the resistors, and the knobs and everything, but yeah, the wires kind of get me. It tests my patience, and I think what it is for me is I'm just afraid that I'm going to get something wrong, and so I kind of trip over that mentality many times. Anyway, and I have to say this too real quick. I'm actually anxious to get this amp up and running, of course, but while I'm trying to enjoy the build, I'm also wanting to get my bench free because I'm wanting to do a few upgrades on my Leo James Strat that I recently did some videos on. And so, people like us are just quirky. We can't please us. That's just the way we are. But no, it's going great, and my wife did an excellent job. And my wife's even talking about getting me a StewMac pedal build kit or two. My wife picked out the delay pedal for me. StewMac makes that kit where you can build it, and then StewMac makes a pedal that I'm not familiar with. It's called it's expander pedal, and it costs about the same as the delay pedal. It's they're both under $100. And so my wife was like, yeah, let's just, since this amp comes from StewMac, let's just get you a couple of pedal builds, and so I could keep them in the back of the amp cabinet there, fix it up some way where it's really neat, and so it really set this guitar amp off, so anyway, real quick, for anybody who may be familiar with plugins, IK Multimedia, known as their platform known as Amplitude, they are at the 5th stage of this, Amplitude 5. I encourage you to check it out. I'm not a salesman, not affiliated in any way. I paid for my plugins and stuff just like anybody else, but their stuff is awesome, and you gotta know how to tweak it. If you know how to tweak those plugins, you know what to listen for, man, you dial in some really groovy tones that are just like the old stuff. You just gotta know what to listen for. And I want to say that in Amplitude 5, they have an amp that is just like this, the 5E3 circuit, and it's called the 57 Deluxe. Okay, and so it's going to interact on that plug-in very close to what I'm holding here in my hands, the 5E3 Tweed circuit. So I wanted to let you know about that. And seemed like there was something else I wanted to say, but I can't for the life of me remember, so let's get to the video. Alright. Oh, I do remember what it was that I wanted to do. I wanted to test this reverb or echo function on my microphone. Test, test, test. How does that sound? Man, I have no idea until I go back and listen to this. Test, test. Test, test. Apples and oranges? I don't know. Bananas and peaches? Maybe so. Alright, that's enough goofing around. Now, we're at step 68. I don't know if you, yeah, okay. So it tells me to connect, I think it's about the last two resistors we have left. Yep, it is. The cupboard is bare. We have just a few pieces left in our kit, and that's all. Something I wanted to point out is, let me get my little pointer stick, is right here is our 5-watt resistor, and this is going to catch a lot of heat, you know. And then it's got this electrolytic capacitor bridged across it. Alright, well, what I did was took some wire when I was soldering these two pieces together between them to keep them separated, because if this thing were to develop, if it were to develop, you know, more current than it was, you know, getting close to its operating point, it could damage this capacitor. And this capacitor is a Sprague. I know these over here are ICs, and I'm not too fond of them, but I didn't want to damage this Sprague, so I put a distance between these two, and this resistor is resting on that screw, that one of the two screws holding this eyelet board down, the insulation boards, insulation pads up under it. So it's not, you know, it's got a little bit of air around it, airflow, so maybe it won't get too hot. Tinker, go on. Whoa. Oh, you got the groundhog. Oh boy. Oh my stars, folks. Tinker was eye to eye. There was only glass door between them. We got a groundhog, lives out here in the backyard, and Tinker and that groundhog was about to duel. Oh me. Alright, we have 3 wires that's going to go into this. Now each terminal has 2 holes. I guess you've noticed that, a bottom and a top. So we're making use of both of them, okay? Making use of both of those. And so 25 also has to connect. So I'm trying to figure out if we need to put this one in first or the other. Now I'm going to cut any extra length off of here. Woo, here's them fumes again. Boom shakalaka. Now I'm hooking some of these connections. You don't have to hook them, but just know if you don't make a good mechanical connection, you run the risk of losing said connection somewhere down the line. And so I'm trying to head that off now. If I can get in here without scorching anything. A little bit of tension just to make sure it's hooking up right. And I didn't leave any excess wire to trim off, so we don't have to worry ourselves about that. Okay. All right. Here's that problem with the silicone wire I was telling you about. That go in good? Yeah, I think that's all right. Well, folks, I'm going to stop there. I mean, this video is much longer than I meant it to be. But thanks for sticking with me. And now that we do have, let's see, everything is soldered on V4 up to this point that's supposed to be, so we can mark off step 72. Next, I'll start at V3 and continue on, but thanks for watching this, and I'll give you another video at some point on this. So thanks, and God bless.